A lot of people you know, I'm sure.
First home game, playing for Cal. It was an amazing experience. It was really fun going out there, playing with my teammates, and getting the W. And I look forward to our next game on Tuesday.
How do you think you played?
I thought I played okay at spurts. There's times I was lazy out there. I got to focus more on playing hard for the entire game instead of in spurts like I did at moments during the game.
Everyone looks like you've improved noticeably since last season in really every aspect of the game. Is that the case? And what did you do in the off season to get to where you are now?
Basketball 24/7 in the off season. Last year was my freshman year. Some would say it was good, and and obviously there's critics, who are always going to have something negative to say. But I worked really hard this off season, and continue to work hard during the season, before the season. On my shot, mostly.
Yeah.
And the other things just pretty much come natural for me. Finding guys, and which I think we did a good job today. Everybody was playing together.
How gratifying was it for you when you had a number of your shots fell, especially the threes? That was one aspect of your game last season that seemed lacking.
Yeah, it definitely felt good. Like I said, like all the work I put in is translating over into the games, and I'm really confident right now in my shot, and my ability to knock them down. And you miss your first one, you come back same confidence, shoot the second one, and you always got to have a mindset that's gonna go in.
Everyone, Coach Montgomery really likes the depth that you guys have, and to take a little pressure off Justin and also fill kind of the shoes that Allen left. Do you feel like it's going to be a collective effort from you guys every night?
Yeah, I definitely feel like different games we're gonna have different people who are gonna have better games than others, and that just comes with the depth that we have. We can come 4 deep off the bench, and everybody is ready to play. The freshmen doing a really good job of coming in and picking up things quick. And I was just there last year, so I know how it is. So I try to help them whenever I can. But they're all doing a good job, and like I said, everybody can play. So when we get in the game, we play together. We know guys make shots, and so we trust them.
Everyone, can you talk about Jabari and the game he had and what it's like playing with him?
He's definitely a good player. Me and Jabari are really close. Just him coming in this year, we really gel together. Always laughing, giggling, goofy guys, whatever. But he's a good player, and I think he showed it today. He missed his first few shots, but that's probably jitters, and he was able to. I kept feeding him, getting the ball, and he's open. I know he's a good shooter. He's gonna knock him down, and then in the second half he really turned it up, and we was out in the break, and he's making plays, finishing, he's passing the ball, and I think this was really a stepping stone for us, to just recognize that how good we can be if we all play together. I was just looking at the stat sheet, and we had 5 assists here, 7 assists for me, and Justin 6 assists, and 1 turnover, which was for me, but that's that's a lot of assists to 1. So we're definitely moving in the right direction.
Jabari, you look like you enjoyed playing in transition. Is that going to be the style that fans should expect to see?
When we get in transition, I think we could be a dangerous team. We have a lot of athletes, and I feel like me, myself, I thrive in transition. I make plays for my teammates and for myself.
Six different players had at least 4 rebounds tonight. What does that say sort of about the emphasis you guys are putting on really everybody going to the boards?
Coach Montgomery was basically we have to win offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, just out rebounding the entire game. And we really made it an effort to crash the glass tonight, and we did that.
Big guard.
What?
I said we're big guards. We have a lot of big guards on the team, so we're able to rebound. And then when we rebound, you see us get in transition, and it just opens up so many things. We're I don't know how many transition points we have, but we were definitely out on the break a lot, and and that's when guys like me and Jabari get to really play, and go make a play for ourselves.
Jabari had a lot of family, and I suspect there was your dad up there. Is that part of why you're here, to deal with playing in front of those people?
It's definitely a big reason why I'm here. I want to stay close to home so my friends and family can see me play. I have a lot of family here, a lot of friends here. I probably have over 20 people I know come to the game tonight, and it was a great feeling to see them behind me tonight and supporting me.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Yeah, gentlemen, can you talk about the
guess the mindset Coach Montgomery had you guys in the first half, you guys were just dropping threes, and then second came out really physical, took it to the paint.
Yeah, I think we just went with the flow of the game. In the first half, you know, they were sagging back and clogging the paint, and so we were able to get open shots, and you know, we knocked them down. And so in the second half, I feel like they were more aware of the three-point line, and they were getting out, and so that gave us opportunity to drive the hole, and you know, and get offensive rebounds and all that extra stuff that, you know, help us score in the paint.
First half, like you said, we shot the ball pretty good. In the second half, we made an emphasis to crash the glass, get inside, get grimy and physical, and we kind of overpowered them inside a little bit in the second half. And even though they made a run late, we kept them on their heels just by going back inside.
Jabari, do you feel like you're picking up Coach Montgomery's defense pretty well? Is there anything you feel like you still need to do?
I feel like right now I'm getting a little bit better. I still get hit by a lot of screens, so I have to work on that. But as far as like understanding concepts, I'm starting to grasp them a little bit more. And I'm just trying to work hard every day in practice to get better.
There's a lot of bright spots. We had some really good individual performances. I thought that we lost our attention span defensively a little bit. I don't know that there was probably a point in time when we didn't feel threatened, and so we kind of just didn't play quite as hard defensively. They turned out to be a pretty scrappy team, a little bit better rebounding wise than I thought they might be given their size. We didn't dominate on the boards like I thought we might. I think we need to establish our inside game a little bit more. Thanks for coming, John.
I'll be back.
All right. Thought there was an eclipse there for a minute, but it was just John moving there. The foul shots concerning. Thought we had 5 or 6 guys play pretty well. You know, we're going to have to be patient. We're trying to work 5 freshmen into the lineup. You know, and really, that's going to we're just going to be patient. They're going to make mistakes. They've got to learn. Obviously, I think you saw Jabari, the things that he's capable of doing athletically. Jordan Matthews does not have a conscience. He shot the ball. First one got blocked. Next time he caught the ball, he shot it in. I mean, that's just what Jordan does. I'd like to have gotten Sam a little more time. My intention was, when I had freshmen in, to not really have more than 2 at a time and try to keep veterans with them. So if I had the 2 wings in, Jabari and Jordan, then I wanted, that's why I didn't put Sam in at the end of the first half. I left Ty in at the one who was playing well to give a little bit of stabilization out there. I thought Ricky was good early and made a couple shots, which was good to see. Again, I think we need to establish ourselves a little bit more in the paint. And probably the most pleasing thing was 23 to 7 assist to turnover ratio. That means we're sharing the ball. Generally speaking, 7 turnovers is not a lot. 2, that ratio is pretty good.
Is that a sign or indication that the team likes to play in transition? That's the style that they.
Well, there's no question. I don't think we rebounded the ball as cleanly as we might have expected, given the fact that they were a little undersized. But they actually had good hands. They had kids that were not, you know, they're pretty quick off their feet, pretty long. So we weren't able to get as much break stuff as we might have had we been able to rebound the ball a little cleaner. They only had 6 turnovers, so we didn't get much off the turnovers either. So, but we're good in transition. I think guys move the ball pretty well, and obviously if you get rewarded for running, then you're going to continue to run. But we've got a lot of work to do, and obviously our pressure was non-existent. I mean, it didn't cause any problems for them, but they were pretty small and quick.
What do you think of Bird's game tonight?
Well, it's obvious Bird can do the spectacular. I mean, he can bring people out of their seats. There's no question about that. There was just some things I thought that just the everyday plays that we need to get him to understand the value of that. Obviously, at home, the early goaltend got everybody excited, but at the end of the day, it's a goaltend, you know. A couple of the plays where you need to go back and get the ball and stay in the play defensively, but he's very, very capable. He, he's a slasher, and we're going to have to find ways to allow him to slash to the basket. But yet at the same time, I think he can shoot it from deep, and got to get him to get his feet set. 14-7-5, no turnover, pretty good.
Is this, I apologize if this question's been asked, but could this be one of your more athletic teams that you've had here?
Theo, Patrick, Jerome, they were pretty athletic. I mean, that group was fast. Maybe in time it could be. I mean, we've got some guys. Roger, I didn't think Roger had a great game. It's, Roger's relatively inexperienced to the game of basketball. So if you look at his line, he pretty much flatlined in terms of, he was up, had his hands on a lot of balls, but he wasn't able to clearly get possessions defensively off the glass. So I think as time goes on, we'll be just, not sure who my next big would be. I mean, not sure whether that's Roger. Maybe Jeff Powers fits into that a little bit. I think Cam, in order for Cameron to play, he's going to have a big guy. He can't be chasing 6'6" guys around. That's not going to be in his best interest.
It looks like Tyrone is playing with a lot of confidence, doing a lot of different
He
things.
is. He did tonight, and early on he was clearly our best player, and I think the 3 for 6 from 3 is good. I'm not interested in him just, I think that was a good choice of shot selection from the standpoint of not overdoing the threes and being a little patient there and getting to the basket a lot.
Looks like he looks markedly improved based off one game here over last season. Could that be
He's stronger. He's stronger. He's actually grown. He is a good rebounder, so that part's a plus for us. Maybe that we can play 3 of the perimeter guys and have Tyrone play the 4. We don't change a lot between a Roger or a Greklo, for example, if that's the way we would go.
You played 4 guards at times today. Is that partly because of who you were playing against?
Yeah, partly, but it doesn't. You don't want to get stuck in positions. You're going to play your best players, whether it be Ricky. I mean, if you don't, the only other big we had available is Cam. So if you're going to be small, whether you call Ricky a guard, Roger a guard, Ty a guard, doesn't make any difference. They're all relatively the same size, so you're going to get different values from each of them. So if your 3 perimeter guys are playing well, and then that gives you a veteran guy inside. So yeah, we're going to have to play that way. We don't have a choice.
Coach, were you happy with the way Solomon was able to guard guards on the perimeter when he switched off?
Well, that's part of the reason we did that. We felt like both he and Dave, from the standpoint of quickness-wise, could guard a guy. There was mixed results there. I thought that there were times when we were a little bit soft and the guys ended up shooting. I think they're quick enough, both the two are quick enough and long enough to cause a person problems if they get driven on, to just back off and late contest, block it. They got driven on a time or two, and we got weak side help. We did have 7 blocks or something like that, I don't know, 8 blocks. So David did a pretty good job of coming from the weak side on blocks.
Coming from the floor or what?
Huh?
Came from the floor, I don't know what.
Oh, yeah, well, he was upset. It's good to see him get a little riled up.
Coach, can you talk about Ricky's recovery from the foot injury, how that played in?
Well, knock on wood, it's gonna, we're hoping it stays that way. The poor kid's had just, it's been a tough road for him, and he has, I think, probably not great bone structure, and it just took a long time. Justin had basically the same thing, and he healed up pretty quick, which was great. So they both have screws in there, and it's taken Ricky a year and a half. So that's plenty long to be out.
Yeah, he seemed pretty active in the first half, getting a lot of rebounds, and then second half a little bit. Did you see that that?
Well, they were, again, we got switched off on bigs, you know, or when we switched, they rolled the big down, and they really pretty much tried to shoot it and go rebound it. And they, like I say, they were pretty long arm. I mean, even though a guy might be 6'7", 6'8", maybe they had 6'9" guy, they were not short arm guys. They were long arm guys that can get up over the top and get it. So that means you have to block off better. But yeah, I thought Ricky's a great stabilizing influence. I mean, he's can do a lot of things. He talks, you know, does all kinds of things. He and Kravish were elected co-captains, which, you know, I think was great. So Denver's going to be good. Denver won 19 out of the last 22 last year, and rated one of the top mid majors, and they're good. They're going to be a real test because they play that Princeton stuff, and kind of takes you out all your rules, all the things you've worked on, and they have not played a game, so we won't have a chance to see anything.